look, I'm filled in love. I can tell the story of how I've overcome. Dark were the days I didn't know the sun. Numb to the thought of love, and so I chose to run. But yeah, call me home, and so his will be done.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. I am bringing you all along with me for a pretty busy day. First up, I'm going to a quick meeting with a friend of mine. She is a mindset coach. We were friends first. I have decorated multiple spaces for her and her husband, and I've worked with her as a coach before. Definitely highly recommend that if anyone gets the opportunity to work with a coach, mindset coach, business coach, whatever. I definitely highly recommend that. It was very impactful for me as I was working through some issues in my business, and so would highly recommend that. But I don't work with her as a coach right now, so this is just like a girlfriend's breakfast. We're just gonna grab coffee really quick and catch up. And then after that, I'm heading to my other friend's studio. Her and her husband just got a studio space together. So I'm going to check that out, catch up with her, spend some time with her. And I think we're also going to look at a gallery wall. Her and her husband are thinking about doing a gallery wall in their new studio. And so I was gonna go take a look and see if I can help them lay it out. So I think that'll be fun. And then after that, I don't know what I'm gonna get into just because I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. And I have a networking event tonight at 5:30. So I don't know if I'm gonna go back home or stay at her studio until the networking event. I really don't know how long I can be there. This is the friend where like sometimes we see each other like really fast for like 30 minutes or an hour. Sometimes we're together like half of the day. It just depends. So I will have a bit of a gap in between. So we'll see where I end up. I do have a couple emails to get caught up on. So I think I'm gonna stay after my first meeting. I'm gonna stay at the coffee shop and work for a few hours before heading to my friend's studio, because I will have a little break in between. So I'm just gonna bring you all along with me today. This week has been a little bit hectic, a little bit overwhelming. I'm trying to yet again get into another routine. It is really hard, like being a business owner. Everyone feels like you can make your own schedule, you can do whatever you want to do, but not really, because when you have clients that have paid you and have invested in a service, you have to, for me, hit my design deadlines. I need to not only hit my design deadlines, but make sure that I'm communicating with them throughout the week so that they know what's going on, make sure that I'm accessible for them. And I also have to communicate with my vendors and my trades, people that I'm purchasing stuff from. I have to meet with a florist for a wedding that I'm planning, which, side note, I don't generally plan weddings. You will not see me promote wedding services, but this is an exception to the rule for a close family friend. I am designing and coordinating her wedding, and so I have to meet with a florist so we can go over, the vibe of flowers that we're going for this event. And I have to meet with a carpenter for an interior design project that I'm working on. So it's just always people that need to be communicated with throughout the week, and so it is hard to just be like, I'm disappearing for a week or 2 weeks. I can't do that every month, or I would never be in office and I would never get anything done. So I am starting to look at a staycation to mark myself out of office next month for a week. And then after that, then I'll be back in office. But even during that week, like, I may have other stuff going on, because again, like, I don't just run a company, but you have life stuff. You're trying to see your friends and like hang out with them and make sure your family's good. And there's just a lot of other stuff that happens throughout the week as well. So it isn't always so simple to just say, I'm out of office and I'm not doing anything, So as an entrepreneur, it can be really challenging to like find a good schedule. I feel like when I find a good schedule, then maybe like I'll get a new project, or I'll find a good schedule and then I'm joining a book club, or like I'm starting a Bible study. So it's always different things being like added to my schedule and taken out of my schedule constantly, which makes it hard to like stay consistent. But we'll get there, we'll work on it. I just have learned to give myself grace, because I do have a schedule that is ever changing. There's always things that I'm needing to add in, always things that are being taken out. So I just give myself grace, and it's like, let's just find something that works for this month, and then we'll see what works next month, because I don't know what my schedule will be like next month, quite frankly. So yeah, that's me like venting about my work schedule. But I am excited and really grateful for all the projects that I have right now, all the things that I'm working on. I just wrapped up a baby shower. I just did balloon decor for her and some silk florals around an accent chair where the mom-to-be was sitting. You all also won't see me promote balloon garlands a whole lot anymore, but when Style House first started, balloon garlands were my bread and butter. Like, that was the main thing that I was doing, because as some of you know, I was a student founder, so I started the company in college. So it was easy to just get up Saturday mornings and like do balloon garlands, or even Sundays, Friday nights, like whenever events were happening, I would get up and do balloons for people. Y'all, these people out here driving crazy. Like, I don't even want to get over in the next lane, because this tractor in front of me is like pulling cars, and he cannot stay in his lane. So I don't even want to get over into the lane that I need to be in, because he can't stay in his lane. So yes, that's what I'm up to today. Oh, so the balloon garlands, like I was saying, when Style House first started, I would do balloon garlands, and then I started branching out into more party decor, like doing custom signage. As you all know, my degree is in graphic design, so I would make custom signs for people for their parties, and I would do floral arrangements, fresh floral arrangements as well, like all party decor. That's what I would do in college. That's how I spent my weekends, decorating parties. And then I eventually branched into interior decorating as well. So as we progress into the channel, you all of course will hear a lot more about me and like what I do and who I am. So right now I am doing a wedding and decorating a house, just finished a baby shower. So I just really tell people, like, if you have a space that needs to be decorated, party, office, home, whatever, I can do that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and what I do. But I'm almost to the coffee shop now. I think it's street parking. I hate street parking. It's so incredibly stressful for me. But I did go on a girls trip recently, and I drove the entire weekend, and I did parallel park, and I was so proud of myself for parallel parking. There was one point when me and my friend like actually got to the venue, because we were going to a comedy show. She did back in for me just because the spots were so tight, y'all. Like, it just wasn't happening. So she did park for me and back my car in, but I parallel parked, so I was very proud of myself for that. It is street parking here. The spot that I was just about to park in is a fire hydrant. I think there's a little parking lot back here. Hold on, Jesus, now hold on. Y'all, it's a parking lot. Look at God. Look at God. It's a whole parking lot back here. Now, let me make sure this is free parking, because I recently parked in a lot that I thought was free parking. It was not. And that was the second day in a row that I parked there. I parked there like on a Saturday, and then I parked there again on a Sunday, because I was going to this location twice. I get there, y'all, it's not free parking. I get back Sunday, they put a ticket on my car. But I was like, I really can't even be mad about the ticket, because at this point I've parked here for 2 days and the ticket was only $20. So I was like, well, that's $10 per day for parking. So I really can't be mad about that. But yeah, I'm here at the coffee shop now. What time is it? It's 8:30. I'm 30 minutes early just because I wanted to try to record a little bit before she got here. So yeah, I'm gonna pop out, but I'll see you all inside.
Don't be in a rush to try to find a man. Just keep getting closer with God and trusting in His plans. Don't fall for the hype on the gram, they follow trends. Making toxicity look cute, that ain't romance. You gotta be better than. If the man upstairs know your name, I advise you know your worth. Get you a male, treat you like a queen, and always gon' put God first. Don't return to your past, I know it hurt. Last time they put you on a shirt. Glory to God that now you're living. Don't go back, it might be worse. Beautiful to be treated like that. Don't rush it, put it on pause.
Hey y'all, I have left the coffee shop, left my meeting. Meeting went well. Glad I got to catch up with my friends, and I also stayed and hung out for a little while to get caught up on some work. So now I'm off to my next meeting. It is raining, so that's a bummer, but it's only like 10 minutes away, so shouldn't be too bad. So I'm at my next meeting, but I'm kind of early. I'm trying to give her a little bit more time because I think she's in another meeting right now. So I went to the bathroom and I'm just hanging out in here because there's not like a lobby to like sit in or anything. This is my purse. This is my work bag, but my purse is inside of my work bag. One day I'll do a what's in my bag. One day I'll have to do a what's in my bag video so y'all can see it's so much stuff in there. And I'll try to take stuff out. I actually have a funny story about that. I'll have to make a video what's in my bag, and I'll tell you all that story because it'd be all kind of stuff in there. But I'll probably head downstairs to her office here soon.
My darling, only you can make my dreams come true. And every night I pray you'll never go away. I promise I put you right until the day I die. To treat you like the king. You are my everything. From the pain that you bring me paradise. And when I cry these days, you brought sunshine in my life. To be the first time.
Hey y'all, I'm back. It is the next day now. I definitely left you all hanging yesterday after I had my second meeting. I was there for quite some time, and then I left to head to the networking event. Of course, as you all saw, the networking event went really well. This isn't a group that I am generally around, and I'm also careful to like not record people if they don't want to be recorded. So that's why you all didn't see any footage of that. I'm still trying to figure out how much I want to share if I'm like at a meeting or at an event like that. So it is now the next day. I am heading to yet another meeting this morning. I have to be there at 9:30, and I'm doing pretty good on time, honestly. I have to be there at 9:30. It's just at Starbucks with a realtor. He's been a realtor here in this area for over 30 years, and so I'm just gonna sit down with him, one, to learn more about him and his experience in the industry, but also just to get his opinion on, for someone like me as an interior decorator, who would be good connections for me to make, who can I get to know a little bit better, just some different strategies that he may have for me, and how he finds that realtors connect with interior decorators outside of staging, if at all, because I actually don't stage houses right now. I do get that question a lot. I'm open to it. It just hasn't been like a goal of mine, but I am open to it. So I'm gonna go meet with him, and afterwards I have to go to UPS to my mailbox. I have to ship out a client gift, which I will pop a clip in of that. This year started sending out onboarding gifts to my full service clients. So basically what that means is if you just book like a floral arrangement from me or just a balloon garland from me, you are not a full service client, right? But if I come in and you book an event package with me or an interior decorating package with me, you are then full service. You will then get a gift box from me. And so this is for my wedding client, the soon to be bride and groom. And I just put them some goodies in a box. I'm gonna ship that off to them today. I also have an Amazon return that I need to make at UPS. I have a rug for a client that got delivered to UPS, and I also just need to actually check my mailbox here. So I'm gonna do that after this meeting. Hopefully the meeting won't be any more than like 45 minutes or an hour, so that I can get those errands done. And I also need to do a little bit of grocery shopping. I am doing a family movie night on Sunday with my family, so I'm gonna go buy some snacks to make for that. I'm gonna do some jerk chicken wings, some fresh cut fries. I want to do some baked nachos and some miniature loaded baked potatoes. So I'll definitely keep you all posted on how those snacks turn out, but I will take you out grocery shopping with me today to buy all the goodies for that. I am turning into Starbucks right now. I'm not sure if he's here yet, but fun fact about me, I'm sure a lot of you all already know this, but I do not drink coffee at all. I think I've had maybe like 4 frappuccinos in my life. I can do those a little bit, but I just don't like coffee. I will drink tea. I would love smoothies. Of course, I love fresh pressed juice, but I don't drink coffee. So typically at Starbucks, I would get a refresher, either a dragon fruit refresher or a strawberry refresher. And of course, treats like the lemon loaf. I don't really love cake pops like that, but I'll get like a cookie or a brownie or something like that. Their bagels are also pretty good. I have had Starbucks bagels as well. Okay, I still have 10 minutes, but I'll go in here in a few minutes. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be my day. I'm gonna go to this meeting. I will bring you all along with me to run my errands to UPS and also go grocery shopping. After that, I'm gonna be heading back home to get some more errands, or not errands. I'll be heading back home to get a little bit more work done on my computer, and then I have a baby shower that I'm supposed to be going to tonight as well. I'm gonna put in my GPS. I think it's gonna take me like an hour to get there, so I'm trying to figure out the best time to go, just because it doesn't start until 7, and I feel like if I leave at 6 or even like 5:30, it's gonna be traffic. But I just don't think there's any way to avoid the traffic at this point. I think I'm just gonna be stuck in traffic, honestly, trying to get there, which is fine. So I'm gonna map that out. I will not be taking you all to the baby shower with me, but just know that that's what I'll be doing later today. And tomorrow is Saturday, and I do not plan on leaving my house at all tomorrow, which is why I'm trying to run all of my errands and do what I need to do today, so that Saturday I can relax, Sunday I can go to church and come home and make all the goodies for family movie night. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. I'm gonna hop out of the car here soon and head inside. I don't know if he's here yet, but I think I check my emails probably 50 times a day. There are a lot of people emailing me every day, some for like networking reasons and events, but also I'm getting emails for clients, questions that they may have for me, and then also vendors, because I am of course the middleman between my clients and my vendors. So I get a lot of questions of like, what time is this meeting happening? Or I need to schedule a meeting, but I have to send emails out to the vendor as well as my client, so that we can all find a mutual time that we're available to hop on virtual meetings and also in-person meetings. So I do check my email quite a bit, just because I don't want to miss anything or get too behind. Last night when I got home, I did also send over the notes to my carpenter. Those notes were to let him know that we will be moving forward with him as our carpenter for this project, but we're just going to make a couple changes. So I just made him a video last night. I recorded all of the drawings and gave him the notes and sent that over to him. I'll pop a clip of that in here as well, so that you can see that I try to work harder, not smarter. That's a lie. I try to work smarter, not harder. So instead of sitting down sending him like the super long email, like PDF markups and this and that, I just, here's a video recording, like this is what we need done. So he's been super flexible. This is my first time working with him, so I'm really excited about it, and hope that we continue to work together. I actually met another carpenter last night at the networking event I attended, and he also seemed great as well. I did look at his work, and he does really nice work too. I think he works more like solo dolo, whereas the carpenter I'm working with for this particular project does have a team that he works with. It is a tricky balance between like finding someone and being loyal to that person and like getting them work, and also, you know, bringing them in on multiple projects, but also like wanting to share the wealth, because that's what I want people to do for me. And so I don't want to just pick one person and like that's who I work with forever. I do rotate like photographers, videographers for who are shooting my projects. I rotate, of course, like try to rotate my painters and things like that, but sometimes it's just hard because it's like you make these relationships with your tradespeople and you want to like continue to get them work, but I also want other people to get work too. So I'm just trying to like figure that out, but we'll get there, y'all, slowly but surely. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna head inside.
And love you and I.
Okay, y'all, I'm done with my meeting. It went, I feel like my hair looked crazy, but It's a little humid out here today, y'all. I don't know why I thought it was going to be 50 degrees when I left my house, but it's definitely not. And that's okay because it's summer. I just left my meeting with the realtor. I'm so glad I got to connect with him. He's just a really, really nice guy. Closer to retiring. So again, as I mentioned earlier, he has like 30 years of experience in the industry and just has so much helpful advice and like insight to give me, and you know, who to target, who to try to network with, but also remind me that like networking is important and you do have to be super consistent, because he and I both talked about kind of being, you know, introverts and how I just love to work from home, and you know, I don't want to be out and about all the time. He's like, well, as an entrepreneur, obviously that's just what you have to do. And so, but he was talking about like networking with intention and targeting specific realtors as well, and like which ones to target, which ones not to, because one of the things that I brought up to him was that, you know, a lot of times when people are purchasing a house, they are not then trying to spend tens of thousands of dollars to decorate or design that home. There are only, you know, a handful of people that are doing that. And so that was something that was like, yep, you're absolutely right on that, you know. And so we just talked about that, and he was just kind of telling me just some different ways to like navigate the industry, specifically as it relates to networking with realtors. Obviously, I network with other people and, you know, who are trying to get me in touch with homeowners, but I've for years kind of been banging my head trying to figure out how to collaborate with realtors. And so he just had a lot of really helpful insight on that. So I'm really grateful for that. And he's a believer as well. And I was just asking him about balancing, keeping the main thing, right? Keeping your eyes on Jesus. But as entrepreneurs, we don't just go to work and then clock out and get a check. You have to pour and invest so much into your companies when you own a business. And it is really easy to get distracted. And so I have been there before where I took my eyes off of Jesus for some time, because being an entrepreneur and being a designer was my entire personality. That's all I did. I had no hobby. I wasn't that great of a friend either, because I was just always busy and I was always working and I was always grinding, and I really wore myself out with all of this networking, with all this mingling, with little to no ROI on any of that. I was just exhausted and burnt out. And now being in a different season, I'm like, okay, well, I have to stay focused on Jesus. That's my top priority, living a life that is pleasing to the Lord. And I also have to invest and grow into this business that is still fairly new. And so, you know, I was just talking to him and wanting his opinion on how have you done that, you know, for over 30 years and have found quite a bit of success, you know, in real estate. And he just let me know, like, honestly, it's a daily struggle, and like it's a daily choice that every day you still have to get up and be like, you know, what's my top priority for the day? And I find that a lot is like when I'm super busy, I will hop up first thing and, like I said, check those emails, get into work text messages, you know, because I gotta go, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, I gotta network, and I haven't touched my Bible, you know, or prayed yet. So, and also not it being just a thing that like, okay, I read a verse, check, now I can carry on my day. You know, that is not the attitude that I want to have either. It really is to wake up and study and like spend time with the Lord, study the Bible, because that is my top priority. And so it was really good to hear his opinion, his perspective. And also, you know, one thing that I've wrestled with quite a bit for the last few years is like being an entrepreneur, wanting to be very successful. I can't deny the fact that I really like money, you know, and I've talked about that before. It's like I like money, I enjoy talking about money, I enjoy making money, I enjoy spending money. And so there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as it doesn't become an idol. But sometimes it feels wrong to make money depending on what our background is, how we were raised, how we grew up, what churches we went to, what they taught us, what they preached to us concerning money. And so sometimes there is guilt surrounding making money or wanting to even say I want money. You know, sometimes people are like, I'm just satisfied with what I have. I am not, okay? And so I am grateful for it. I'm grateful that the Lord has provided me with provision. I'm grateful that he has provided me with what I have. I do desire more, you know, and I have to be honest and say that. And so sometimes, you know, it feels wrong to be a go-getter. It feels wrong to say that, you know, I want to decorate $1 million homes, you know, like that's what I want to do. Sometimes that feels really wrong to say, but it's like, why? And so with talking with him, he was just like, no, you have to make money, and at the end of the day, the people that are buying $1 million homes are the ones who are investing in interior decorating and design services. That's just what it is. And he was like, how do we spread the gospel if we're so timid and shy, and we only want to work with Christians, and you know, we only want to play it small, and we only want, like, how do we reach people who are outside of the faith? If that is our mindset, if that is our mentality, you're going to have clients who are not believers. And again, it's like, there are believers who are very wealthy. You know, I think we oftentimes associate being some people, because there are Christians who are like, I want everything that God has for me. I want this car. I want that, da, da, da. And then you have Christians who are like, that isn't what God called us to do, you know, and they feel like being poor is their purpose. So it, again, like, I'm kind of rambling, but it is something that I've wrestled with for years. It is something that I always pay close attention to when believers are talking about money. Believers who have a little bit of money, believers that have a lot of money, you know, what are their perspectives, and what do they think, and what do they feel about it? It's always just been an ongoing conversation for me, because I see both sides and I do understand. I'm just always curious to know and to see what people think concerning money, because it is such a huge part of our life, and it's a tool. You know, it isn't my source, right? I know that God is my source, and money is just one tool that he gives us. You know, he gives us many tools and many assets in life. But yeah, it's just interesting. So I really just appreciate his perspective. It was honestly a very productive meeting for me. I'm so glad that we were able to meet, and he gave me some really helpful information that he printed out for me and shared with me. So I really appreciate that. So I just encourage anyone who is any entrepreneur at any stage, but especially young entrepreneurs, because that's the category that I fall into, who are just trying to, you know, go get it and trying to network, especially student founders. Anyone that knows me knows that I just have such a heart for student founders, because I was a student founder and I started a business in college, and it's like, you have to network, you have to mingle with everyone. I mean, this man is almost 70 years old, you know, and I appreciate him sitting down with me to share his wisdom. Some of my other mentors who helped me, like, with money and business stuff, whatever, they're in their 50s, their 60s. Like, you have to be able to mix and meet with everyone. And I also have incredibly close friends who, you know, I met at different maybe design events or entrepreneurial events, who have become great friends of mine. And so I network up. I network with people who are older, who have more experience, who are, to me, far more successful than me. But I also network out, you know, to people who are also in their 20s building their businesses and their brands. I network with them, and we become great friends to support each other in life, but also in our businesses. Like, hey girl, this is what I went to, some networking events, and like, this is what I learned. I'm going to share that with you. And then they'll share with me what they learned. And, you know, we will share, what do your design contracts look like? What do you add in yours? And what is this? And what is that? Or maybe one of us got to talk to an attorney, and we go back to the group and we share, you know, what we learned. So it's just about having like a good wealth of people around you, you know. Of course, not just for networking, like, we need community, right? But I am specifically talking about business right now. So it's just been helpful. And like, that is another resource that God gives us. It's just access to people and community. That's another tool that he gives us, but we have to make the decision to use it, you know, to utilize it and to invest in it. I don't like doing meetings all the time. When I'm there, it's great. But, you know, getting myself up and dressing out of the house sometimes is just a lot, you know, because I like to be home. You know, that is how I'm refueled and recharged. It's just spending time at home. But as an entrepreneur, I don't get to do that. So great meeting. I'm almost to UPS right now. Again, I have to ship out my client's wedding gift, their onboarding gift. I need to make an Amazon return. I had a rug that got delivered for a client, and I need to check my UPS mailbox as well. So I am heading there now, and then I'm going to go grocery shopping, and then I'm going home. So I don't know how this is going to work with me recording and trying to carry all this stuff, but we're going to see. That's why I did put those boxes in that bag before I left home, so that it'll be a little bit easier to carry. And I also need to start bringing my tripod with me. I'm not there yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, so I'll see you all inside.
We are lovers through and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you to be
rug here in the car. This is for one of my projects. I was really afraid of the rug going out of stock, so I did go ahead and order it prior to collecting client funds, which is something that I very rarely do, but the client loved the rug, and so I knew that this was for sure the rug. I did not want to risk it going out of stock. So here we are with the rug in my possession, and I did get it shipped to my mailbox because I was traveling when it was supposed to be delivered, so that's why I had to come to UPS. Now I'm going to the grocery store, which is right across the street. Fresh Time, which is my favorite grocery store. I usually shop at Fresh Time or Kroger. So that's where I'm heading now to get all the things for family movie night. I did try to make a list. I'm trying to do better with like staying on budget when I go to the store. A lot of times I'm just so hungry when I go to the store and I buy everything that I see, or if I'm like, oh, this is a good price and like this is on sale, but that's not necessarily like what was on my list. So I'm trying to do better about that. I do have a list of what I need, so I'm just going to, of course, store this rug in my office until I'm ready for it. So I did not mean to come this way because it takes forever to get across 4 lanes of traffic with all of the stop signs. Oh, wasn't too bad today. Okay, let me not complain then, Jesus. Let me slow down, because is it me, or do people walk through parking lots like they don't have a care in the world, like it's not actually cars driving through said parking lot? I don't know, maybe that's just me, and maybe the Lord is still refining my patience, because I just be like, no, you don't necessarily have to be in a rush, but you know, there are still cars driving throughout here. But anyway, like this lady walking in the middle of the road, like she don't see a car. Groceries are secured. I am heading home, and it is 11:20, which is great timing actually, because I said I want to see home by noon today. So this pretty much is going to wrap up my day. I am gonna work from home. I have a couple emails and texts I need to respond to for work, and I'm gonna try to do most of that from the sofa or from my bed. And then I just need to map out what time I'm gonna leave for the baby shower. I can probably map it out really quick. Let me see. I am going to throw the address in really fast, and I'm making sure that I set the location from my house, not from where I am right now. It's saying 46 minutes, which I don't know about that. Let me see. If I leave today at 5:30, yeah, that bumps it up to 54 minutes. So that's kind of what I expected, which again is fine. I am probably gonna leave at 5:30. I'll get there at like 6:30. The baby shower starts at 7, so I can help them set up if they need help. But yeah, we're about to get on the road and head home, y'all. It is getting hot out here. I hope you all have enjoyed this. I think where I'm about to turn is a one-way, and I do not know which way to get out, so I'm just gonna back up, because these people really be tripping down these. I shop over here all the time, and honestly they are wide enough to get 2 cars down, but some of them have an arrow pointing like a particular way, so, and people act like they can't get through and they can't get by. So just gonna go this way. I should get home in like 20 minutes or so, and yeah, get a little work done, relax a little bit, and then I will get ready to get on the road. Again, I'm gonna leave at 5:30 to go to the baby shower. So this pretty much wraps up this vlog. It has been 2 fairly busy days for me, but it could have been far worse. So hope you all have enjoyed this vlog. I definitely enjoyed talking to you all and bringing you along with me. You all will see more, you know, work days for me. Sometimes I work from home, sometimes I'm out and about. People ask me all the time, you know, what do your days look like? And I'm like, every day is honestly so different. So, and these 2 days have been pretty chill, but a little bit busy. Yes, so I hope you all have enjoyed coming along with me, and I will see you next time.